I am Captain Kurt Warboys, Commanding Officer of the Detroit Police Department's Professional Education and Training. On behalf of Chief James E. Craig and the Detroit Police Department, I would like to welcome all of you to the graduation ceremony for Class 2021A. At this time, Sergeant Curtis, please present graduating Class 2021A. First off, I would like to acknowledge the family members and friends who have supported you through your academy training. For those of you that were able to join us today virtually, we thank you for your support throughout this process. I would also like to acknowledge the Mayor's audiovisual team who enabled us the ability to provide the families of these cadets a platform to view the ceremony during this challenging pandemic time. Please take your seats. I would like to introduce the Training Academy instructors who have trained and worked closest with each of these recruits. These officers have dedicated countless hours and expertise to help certify the 21 members of Class 2021A. Please acknowledge the TAC group for Class 2021A, Sergeant Philip Curtis, Corporal Brandon Hunt, Corporal Nick Whitaker, and Corporal Sandra Whitfield, with a round of applause. I'd also like to recognize the hard work done by the whole of Professional Education and Training, including the Firearms Training Unit, for helping to ensure that these new officers successfully completed this intense 6-month program. In addition, I would be remiss if I did not include the Detroit Police Department's Human Resources and Recruiting Unit, who worked extremely hard recruiting and processing these graduates for hire. Thank you all for your hard work and dedication. I now have the pleasure of introducing our Chief of Police, who throughout his tenure with the City of Detroit has succeeded in developing innovative crime-fighting programs that have meaningfully improved the lives and safety of the citizens of Detroit. By being a genuine leader, motivator, and a consummate professional, he has led by example while navigating the path of this department. It is my honor to present to you Detroit Police Chief James E. Craig.
Thank you. Thank you. As I start my remarks, I just want to first start by taking a moment of silence for Police Officer Brian Sicknick of the U.S. Capitol Police, who died last night during the takeover of the U.S. Capitol. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. Well, good morning, Class 2021A. Yes, this is certainly an exciting day, a day filled with hope and a feeling of accomplishment. I've had the privilege of speaking at many graduation ceremonies, but nothing makes me more proud than to welcome new recruits to the rank and file of the most outstanding law enforcement agency in this country, the Detroit Police Department. I would like to give a special thank you to the friends and families of these courageous men and women. You all have supported these recruits throughout their journey, and you too have made a commitment to our profession. And for that, we say thank you. I promise you that we will take every action to support lead, and provide our graduates with the tools they need to succeed. Class 2021A, yes, congratulations. You have come to the end of the most grueling 6 months of your training. You have studied together, you've leaned on each other, and you've made it through as one. Last year brought new and unprecedented challenges to our department, but like the men and women that came before you, you have embodied the vigor and desire necessary to serve the residents of our great city and to improve the quality of life in every neighborhood. As you embark on your new career, know that this executive team is committed to providing you with outstanding leadership and the support you will need to surpass the great accomplishments this agency is known for, not just locally, but across this nation. We will never waver from our responsibilities. We will guide and support you, and most importantly, we will believe in you. We are committed and remain committed to the idea cops count, leadership matters. I want you to know that we will not retreat, and most importantly, we will not abandon you amid chaos. Know that as long as you conduct yourself professionally and are ethical in your actions, you will have the support of this department as well as the people of Detroit. Soon you will find what makes our department effective, and it's the strong relationships that we've built throughout our community. Detroiters trust us to do our job and to be held accountable. Therefore, you must be mindful of the path that you choose to become a public servant. Never let a misstep or a lapse in judgment undermine your sacred oath. We understand the career path that you have chosen is not an easy one, but it is an honorable way to mark your life with meaning. In this profession, you must not forget that your actions reflect on this entire department. What you do or don't do affects us all. It is important that you adhere to the code of ethics, remain professional at all times, and honor what it means to be a police officer in this department. Remember that being a police officer is a privilege that should never be taken for granted. The community and your fellow officers are counting on you to serve ethically, with distinction, while upholding the gold standard of policing that's been sewn into the fabric of this organization. Always take pride in serving our community with integrity and civility. So I want to take a moment and tell you a little personal story. Many years ago when I started here in the Detroit Police Department, the year was 1977. It was just, 10 short years after the civil unrest here in Detroit. Largely, the department did not reflect the growing diversity of the city of Detroit. Then Mayor Coleman A. Young wanted to diversify the ranks, and so there was a big push to bring in minorities and females into the Detroit Police Department. I was eager, optimistic, excited. After I graduated, for the first week or two, I walked a footbeat on Platoon 1 with a partner who I graduated from the academy with. I couldn't wait for my first day to get into that scout car. So after a week or two, I got the chance. My name was called at roll call. I was working Scout 10, whatever, 10-4, 10-6. So I go out on the ramp after roll call, meet my partner, and he just looked at me. And I said, "Hey, I'm James Craig. I'm excited to be here." So he looked over at me and he said, "Look," he didn't look like me, probably had 25 years on the job. He just simply said, "I really don't want you here. So the only thing you can do is sit over there on that jump side. Don't talk to me, don't look at me, don't touch the radio. Just sit there and be black." I never forgot that. And I thought, if this is what my role, or if this is what my experience is going to be like in the police department, I'm leaving. I remember calling my dad after shift about my experience. He said, you don't get it. So these are very challenging times. You can be part of change. So I suggest you stay. And what a piece of great advice that was. I only tell you that story, given everything that's going on across our great nation, the divisions that we've seen, certainly the anti-police rhetoric that's permeating our country. Are you going to have great days, good days, and at times not so good? But remember your calling. You're absolutely here for a reason. Don't be deterred. Don't be deterred. So again, 43 years ago, I started my journey right here in the Detroit Police Department. And I can honestly say, I love this job, this profession, as much as I did today when I started. Not many can't say that. So I encourage you to study, stay motivated, diversify your backgrounds and experience. You know, I've oftentimes told my colleagues in the Detroit Police Department, it feels like every 18 months, I started a new job. I'd go to a different assignment, whether it was an investigative assignment, internal affairs, patrol, gang unit. I've done it all. I think right now, coming up on my 8th year here in Detroit, this is probably the longest time I've worked the same job. So maybe I'm starting to learn a little stability. But while I was in Los Angeles and certainly diversifying my experience, I had a chance to climb the ranks of the LAPD and then finally reaching my ultimate goal of becoming chief of police in the city of Portland, Maine. I know many of you sitting there, Portland, Maine. Where's Portland, Maine? You mean to tell me you left sunny California to go to Portland, Maine? Yeah, it was a risk, and risk taking is appropriate, especially if you're trying to move to the next level. So from Portland, I then accepted a position as chief with the Cincinnati, Ohio Police Department, and then finally, full circle, I came home, like I said, almost 8 years ago. So a wise man once said, if you know whence you came, there are absolutely no limitations to where you can go. Someone in this room today will become one of this city's future captains, deputy chief, or who knows, the next chief of police. Well, we won't say the next because I think there's a couple of assistant chiefs that you may have to try to jump over. But so I continue to encourage you to expand your expertise and utilize the skills many of you already possess. This is your chance to serve as a shining example of what it truly means to be one of Detroit's finest. So in closing, I urge you to hold one another to the highest standards of service. May God bless you, may God keep you, and may God bless the finest police department in America, the Detroit Police Department in the city of Detroit. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Craig. Chief Craig will now administer the oath of office.
Hey! First rank. Attention! Hey! Attention!
If you will state after me, start with I. State your name. I think we're having some technical difficulty. I can't hear the class. Can they hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm assuming as I speak, they'll return. So, do solemnly swear.
Solemnly swear.
That I am a citizen of the United States of America.
I am a citizen of the United States of America.
That I am of legal age.
I am of legal age.
And that I am not now.
I am not now.
Nor have I ever been.
Nor have I ever been.
A member of any political party or any organization.
Member of any political party or any organization.
Which advocates the overthrow of the government.
Advocates the overthrow of the government.
Of the United States by force or violence.
Of the United States by force or violence.
I do further swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Michigan, that I will faithfully enforce the laws of this state and ordinances of the City of Detroit, and perform the duties of a police officer to the best of my ability. I will obey the rules and regulations of the department and carry out all orders which may be lawfully given me by my superior officers. I do further swear that I accept this oath of office as a police officer, subject to all the limitations, conditions, and restrictions imposed by the Charter of the City of Detroit and the regulations of the police department. Congratulations. You are now officially sworn in as Detroit police officers. Let's give the class a round of applause.
Take your seats.
Thank you, Chief Craig.
Thank you.
Each of our probationary police officers have brought his or her own skill level to this department. We would like to distinguish these achievements by having the officers who have excelled in scholastics and in firearms proficiency briefly stand. For high scholastics, Police Officer Christopher Merrill. And for firearms proficiency, Police Officer Nicholas Gushin. Chief Craig will now present the badges to the new officers.
First rank, attention. Left, face.
Police Officer Timothy Renal.
Congratulations, Jim.
Police Officer Toriel Abrams.
Congratulations, Officer Abrams.
Police Officer Jasmine Cade.
Congratulations, Jasmine.
Police Officer Sterling Jones.
Congratulations, Officer Jones.
Police Officer Joshua Stewart.
Congratulations, Officer Stewart.
Police Officer Patricia Harris.
Congratulations, Tricia.
Police Officer Brian Reynolds.
Congratulations, Brian.
Second rank, attention. Left, face.
Police Officer Armando Hernandez.
Congratulations, Armando.
Police Officer Christopher Merrill.
Congratulations.
Police Officer Bassiani Ibrahim.
Congratulations.
Police Officer Zachary Marzouk.
Congratulations, Officer Mazouk.
Police Officer Nicholas Gushin.
Congratulations, Nicholas.
Police Officer Kevin Allison.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Police Officer Justin Wilder. Oh, sorry. Stand by.
Airplane, attention. Left, face.
Again, Police Officer Justin Wilder.
Congratulations, Justin.
Police Officer Patricia Bigoski.
Congratulations, Patricia.
Police Officer Adam Tyson.
Congratulations, Adam.
Police Officer Shane Conkle.
Congratulations.
Police Officer Maurice Edley.
Congratulations, Maurice.
Police Officer Errol Franklin.
Congratulations, Officer Franklin.
Airplane, attention. Left, face.
Police Officer Nicholas Bruno.
Congratulations, Nicholas.
And finally, Police Officer Trevor Dinovich.
Congratulations, Trevor.
Officers, please affix your badge to your uniform shirt at this time. Let us give our graduating class a round of applause. Sergeant Curtis, please dismiss class 2021A.
Class 2021A, you are dismissed. Congratulations. Left, ace. Forward, march, left, right, low road. Low road, left, right, low road. Left, right, low road. Low road, low road. Left, right, low road. Left, right, low road. Left, right, low road. Low road. Low road. Left, right, low road. Left, right, low road.
Thank you for attending the Detroit Police Department's virtual graduation ceremony. Have a great weekend.